Healthy Lifestyle Crib presents 20 Unmistakable Signs of Extreme Intelligence. Number 1. Strong identity. Do you consider yourself to be a self-assured person? In contrast to popular belief, those who are very bright tend to be comfortable in their own skin. Those that are extremely bright are self-aware, observant, and deliberate in their decision-making. Now, obviously, every one of these qualities is priceless on its own, but when put together, they help you develop a strong sense of self and the courage to express that self authentically. Number 2. Long-term objectives. Although some people are content to simply drift through life without setting any particular objectives for themselves, those who are exceptionally bright often find that they have far too many interests and pursuits to just sit back and do nothing. The highly intelligent person is a dedicated goal striver. You don't intend to coast through life, so you consciously decide to take the time to set out your goals and a plan on how to achieve them. Regardless of how many times your priorities shift, you still want to put your brain to good use. People of exceptional intelligence are insatiably curious. Number 3. Maintaining peace. When did you last lose your cool? Do you frequently mediate conflicts on which you had no direct bearing? Intelligent people are peacekeepers because they know how to rein in their emotions and maintain composure even when everyone else around them is losing their cool. Intelligent people have the ability to read between the lines and assess complex circumstances. They try to see things from both perspectives, and then, once they have a firm grasp of the situation, they negotiate a solution. Number 4. The ability to recognize patterns. Do you recognize patterns easily? Pattern recognition is a strong indicator of intelligence, however it may take various forms. Some people are able to see patterns in the natural world, such as in the way a tree's branches and leaves grow. Whereas the average person sees nothing remarkable in a tree, you see a far more complex structure. Like paintings, structures, and other works of art, the biological patterns seen in natural objects are interesting. Some really clever people can see patterns in data like language and history that the rest of us miss because we don't have their level of intelligence. If you're good at seeing patterns, your expansive mind can switch gears and generate meaningful inferences. In a matter of seconds, you can go from high-level overview to minute detail with regards to a certain notion. If this ability seems familiar, you may be among the most intelligent people in the world who possess this uncommon talent. Number 5. Exceptional dexterity. Have you always been athletic? Having the ability to coordinate your body movements takes physical intelligence. Intelligent effort is required for balance and muscle memory even in the athletically gifted. You have superior motor skills and kinesthetic memory. Some people enjoy drawing comparisons between brains and brawn, but the reality is that many bright people can hold their own in any area. Number 6. Controlling expression. Being able to put your feelings into words is a difficult skill to develop. Perhaps you find it difficult to open out to people. You try to bury your feelings as deep as you can, but when you eventually let someone in, they flood out of you. Smart individuals, however, know how to keep their emotions in check. Very bright people have the self-discipline to know when to keep their emotions in check and when to let their guard down. Number 7. Clutter management. Studies conflict on whether or not those that are well organized are the smartest. Studies have shown that those who are more disciplined, focused, and productive tend to be more organized, but others have found that messy people really have the highest IQs because chaos inspires originality and fresh perspectives. It's safe to say that the true answer to the question of who's the smartest lies somewhere in the center, as evidenced by the fact that a messy desk can help free your mind from the constraints of routine. The brightest individuals are able to keep their surroundings relatively tidy. They aren't necessarily neat freaks or hoarders, but they also aren't afraid to make a mess when they're truly invested in a subject. Number 8. Daily mindset. Using your brain affects more than just your level of daily order. A large number of research have looked into how much and what kind of sleep you get can affect your ability to work and think effectively. Those who get up early are more likely to get things done, but those who stay up late tend to be the most enthusiastic and creative. At the end, the strengths and flaws of each are visible. Whether you're a morning person or a night owl, if you maximize your talents, either sleeping pattern can be indicative of high intelligence. Number 9. Focus is all over the place. Do you find it difficult to concentrate on tasks that you don't find particularly interesting? Intelligent individuals tend to be wide-ranging in their pursuits. When they're interested in something, they can devote themselves to it with an intensity that's hard to equal, but when they're not, it's nearly impossible. Number 10. Competitive. Are you a gamer? Being competitive by nature, smart individuals like the mental and physical challenges that activities like memory games and puzzles and sports present. Those that have a high level of intelligence are always game for a competition, and they play to win. Number 11. Loved alone time. Very bright people often want to be on their own. They have so many ideas and interests that they require time and space to develop them. They have plenty of time to themselves, so they talk to and argue with themselves. They spend much time and effort cultivating their minds, delving deeply into areas that particularly interest them. This, however, is not to imply that persons of high intelligence tend to be unsociable. They like socializing with loved ones as much as the next person, but they put a higher premium on their alone time. Number 12. Anti-superstition. Intelligent people tend not to be superstitious, instead quickly rejecting claims that they can't rationally scientifically explain. Despite their lack of faith in superstition, they remain curious. Paranormal phenomena, extraterrestrial invasions, and ancient conspiracies attract a surprisingly large number of bright individuals. Even those who don't believe in paranormal phenomena are often drawn to the most inexplicable puzzles. Number 13. Exploratory arguments. Most arguments are exhausting, and the typical individual only engages in them to make their point. They don't care about what you're saying since all they want to do is argue, but smart people have different priorities. During arguments, a person of intelligence will try to look at the situation from every possible perspective. They're able to take any position and play it convincingly, questioning their own beliefs and those of others while still asking insightful questions. Having a debate with a person who is exceptionally bright is not like having a debate with the average person. Smart individuals don't care about who's right or wrong. They just want to learn, so the exchange may feel more like a chat than an actual dispute. Number 14. Natural influence. Because they are able to read and comprehend people, clever individuals can customize their arguments to sell anyone on anything. They are not manipulative, but they are very persuasive when arguing. For example, they can alter the thinking of practically anyone if they wish. Number 15. Creative. Do you spend your free time doing art, writing, or music? Those who are creative tend to be bright. These individuals often engage in creative pursuits as a means of expressing and spreading their original ideas through various channels. Many highly educated people put themselves through mental rigors in order to broaden their perspective. Okay, let's say you do really well in rational, scientific courses. You might still enjoy painting in your own time since it provides a different kind of creative stimulation. Number 16. Selective recollections. People with exceptional intelligence have remarkable memories, but they also tend to overlook the obvious. Because of their selective memories, clever people may easily recall complicated concepts while forgetting the details of everyday experiences. So, they recall just the information that they consider relevant or important to them at the time. When you're enthusiastic about something, you remember it even if you forget something as mundane as a phone number or a grocery list. Number 17. Dreaming creatively. Those with a high IQ tend to daydream a lot. They are more prone to disappear into their fantasies than anyone else. They like to be alone with their thoughts more often than with other people or the outside world. Intelligent people frequently materialize their daydreams into workable proposals. Several bright people have put pen to paper or brush to canvas to share their daydreams to the world. Number 18. Abundant inspiration. Is inspiration something you regularly seek out? Smart people don't merely get ahead. They actively seek out ways to propel themselves forward. Recognizing what drives you is a process that requires patience. Intelligent people recognize their reasons and make it a daily priority to uncover new ones, but doing so requires introspection and analysis of one's personal history and the choices one has made. Why? Because the brightest minds are always on the lookout for new challenges. Number 19. Left-brained thinking. Are you a righty or a lefty? Righties make up a vast majority of the population, however lefties do exist. Those who are left-handed may have a slight advantage in intelligence, according to a study done in 1995. The average left-hander is more original and unconventional in their thinking than a righty, but it gets more intriguing than that. If you're left-handed, you're probably smarter than the average person because it's the hand that generates the most original ideas. Number 20. Tee-hee simple way out. If you're bright, you might think life is a breeze. You have a significant practical advantage over most people thanks to your innate intelligence. Many bright individuals become sluggish because they don't feel they need to exert themselves to lead a regular life, but if you're truly gifted, you won't settle for anything less than the best. You seek out novel experiences because you thrive on the intellectual and emotional stimulation that a challenge provides. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more amazing content.